Hey everybody, Jay Barrino here, welcome back. Continuing Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. And we're on the super spooky G.F.S. Valhalla. So this is where we can finally start using all those energy cells. And the ninth and final one is picked up right here. You technically only need 5 to get to the part of the Valhalla that would progress the main story. But you'd kind of have to get lucky if you didn't know where to place them, because there are a few different ways to go. Granted, we do have all 9, so we're going to be going through all of Valhalla, getting the scans, getting the item pickups. These bots give you hints on where the energy cells are. I already have them all, though. Mini-roid. Infant has not developed powers. And here it is, the final Shriekbat scan. 4 of 4. Put it in the books, boys. I'm sorry, GF Trooper. You're in the way of the hand scanner. I didn't have a choice. I quite enjoy killing Metroids like that. It's very satisfying to me. So you don't need to scan these bots for 100% logbook completion. It's similar to Prime 1, where just picking up the energy cells puts the scan into your logbook. But I'll scan them anyway since I'm here. Okay, these are, Ing? Phase Ing? Sort of a reference to Prime 1. We just tear these apart. They even have the same sound effects as the Ing from Prime 2. It's one of our final GF lore scans. Talon 4 incident. Planet Talon 4, formerly a Chozo colony, was struck by a stellar object 50 years ago. Object was later determined to contain large quantities of phazin. The Chozo were able to stave off the spread of phazin at the cost of many Chozo lives. The survivors abandoned the planet, fleeing to an unknown location. Decades later, Hunter Samus Aran responded to a distress call in the sector and discovered a space pirate phazin mining station there. Aran eliminated both the pirate and phazin threat from the planet, though not without cost. Yeah, we inadvertently created Dark Samus. Oops. Thanks, Tip Droid. And we are getting up there with our missile expansions. 255 is the max. We picked up a ton on Brio. It really blasted us up there. Yeah, sure, let's go for it. Oh yeah, we had plenty of time. This room has nothing of importance in it, so I'm just gonna roll right through. There's a couple different ways you can go in these hallways, but because we have all the energy cells, it doesn't really matter which way we take, because we can check them all out eventually. Three left. There are also 3 gunship missile expansions left to get to, which I'm pretty convinced exist solely to pad the item collection percentage to get up to 100%. And honestly, the amount of missile expansions, too, is kind of a bummer, considering there's just no way you would ever use that many missiles in this game. At least the other 2 games gave you some tools or situations to use missiles a lot. But not this one. Even hyper missiles. You just can't use them fast enough to justify the amount that you can have max. Okay. Bunch of Metroids in this room. Metroid Massacre. Let me in! And there it is. The last energy tank. Just waiting to get converted into that sweet, juicy Hypermode phasing. The best defense is a good offense. Scan the green door. It's one of our final research scans in the game. The rest, I think, are all on the final planet. Just gonna avoid that goop. No need to bother with that goop. Tip bots. Oh no. It's our arch nemesis. Oh, we got him. To be fair, I suppose if you came here and or Norian before you had the Nova Beam... Actually, no, we had to go through a Nova Beam door to even get in here. But I guess if you go to Norian before you have the Nova Beam, those things can certainly give you some trouble. The first one certainly did. It's just time consuming, but it's also really fun to kill it that way. I'm actually really happy that they added this combination into the game that's even stronger than Hypermode. I think the first time I played the game, I didn't even know that you could do this, but it's so strong, and it's really fun, too. Here we are, we made it. This is our final G.F. lore scan in the game. On her incident. Planet Ether, home of the Luminoth, was struck by a Phazon meteor 5 decades ago. The impact had catastrophic effects on the already unstable planet, creating a dark twin of the planet and a dire race known as the Ing. A brutal war between the twin planets took place, with the Ing gaining the upper hand. The G.F.S tier went to the sector to investigate pirate activity, but were forced to make an emergency landing on Ether. Shortly after, the entire crew of tier was attacked and annihilated by the Ing. Hunter Samus Aran was sent to investigate and wound up entangled in the local conflict. Aran fought against both space pirates and Ing and arose victorious. Ether's dark twin vanished, taking with it the Ing horde, and the planet's peace was finally restored. Sort of dwelling on, like, why was that called the On Her incident? Hang on, I actually think there's more to that lore. Let me go check it out. Yeah, after the Ether incident, the Federation sent the G.F.S. On Her back to Ether to deal with the pirate base. Upon arrival, the crew and marines of the On Her assisted the native Luminoth in dismantling an abandoned space pirate mining facility. During the operation, the crew detected the presence of Phazon. The ship's crew investigated and collected several kilograms of ore, which would later lead to the development of the PED. And that's the real end. Sort of fills in the gaps between Prime 2 and 3 on, like, where the Federation got Phazon in the first place to make these PED troopers. Pirate code acquired, and we have no idea what this is for.
The data you just acquired appears to be a space pirate entry code. We are unable to determine its purpose at this time.
Soon enough. The current display reads 78356.
Data log entry 2467.3. This will be the last communication of the G.F.S. Valhalla. Our efforts to repel the space pirate boarding force have failed. They have successfully removed the primary mounting structure around our stasis tank. It is obvious now that they intend to extract us from the Valhalla. It is vital that the Federation receive this transmission. Severing name. A large bioform is creating a wormhole. Implant into sentient planet which is the source of all Phazon. Darkness coming.
Well, that's ominous. It gives us an achievement there for secret message discovered. All you had to do was scan that PDA for the code, though. Nothing super special. And also, we already knew about the sentient Phazon planet because we've been keeping up with all of our Elysia and Space Pirate lore, you know? Alright, so let's go and collect the remaining things here. Scan the remaining scans. Metroid Massacre 2 Electric Boogaloo. Alright, some new enemies down here. Phazon hoppers. You know, I was wrong. There is another one of those atomic enemies. One is in here. I thought the one on Brio in the crash ship was the only one. But there is one here. What am I even locked onto? Oh, I see. The grapple points. There's also another scan here, but we already have it. It's a repeat Olympus-class battleship. I don't know what that's about. Get back here. That's my worthless upgrade. I demand it. I like how the underbelly here resembles the Olympus at the beginning of the game, too, except now it's all wrecked. Woohoo. Ship missile expansion. Please. This poor guy. Trying to escape the Metroids crawling through the vents. They still got him. Not the goop. Okay, and just one final room to go and check out. Here's our last tip bot. Thanks, tip bot. We never needed you. So I guess these things are just stronger versions of the Metroid hoppers. Alright, we're done with the Valhalla. We got all the tip bot scans, even though that's unnecessary. We got all the item pickups. And we got the pirate code, which, again, we're still not really sure what that's for. But I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. A very small part of me hoped that I would roast one of those Metroids with the screw attack there, but no dice. Wanted to take that guy out because if he would have hit me while I was grapple swinging, I would have been unhappy. Alright, let's get out of here. So what's left to be done? The main objective is to get that shield down on the pirate homeworld, so that Admiral Dane can come in with the Federation fleet. That's all that there is left to do, actually. So let's go. You think Samus could have been a little more mindful and, like, taken the energy cells with her as we left? Those seem pretty rare and important, you know? Now we're just leaving them on a derelict ship. So everything left to be collected is here on the pirate homeworld. Got a couple more missile expansions, ship missile expansions. There'll be 4 red phasoids that appear, but that's only after we destroy the seed. One of our 2 remaining missile expansions. So what we're coming up on is just a pure gauntlet of combat. It's actually quite fun. One to get the shield down, and then the other after the shield comes down. But we came prepared. We're near 100% item collection. That's what we're looking for. We can't interact with this thing yet, but we can drain this shield, which will connect us to a little morph ball tunnel we were in earlier, and this will lead us to the final missile expansion. And then we can come back and actually drop the shields. That's the plan, at least. Why would you have my camera face that way when I go into morph ball mode? Alright. So now we've got the spider ball. And that's it. That's our last missile expansion. 255 max. Again, way more than anyone could ever use. Hyper missiles at this point are the only valuable use. I feel like maybe hyper missiles should take more missiles. That, I think, would be a good way to balance it. Require hyper missiles to use, like, 2 or 3 at a time. Go. And we open up an elevator, which will take us right back down. So we can get back up to the shield room. Or the control room, or whatever it's called. Okay. Up and out. So, there's a high likelihood that you're going to get knocked to the bottom of this room. Possibly more than once. We have to climb it and then come back down and then go back up. And every time we have to climb back up, it can be a bit of a pain. You stupid shield out of here. Earlier, you might remember a short cutscene where we saw Jolly Roger drone repairing these things. So I think we used the terminal to open these up for like maintenance, and now we can destroy the whole thing. Oh. So now we can instant kill the commandos if they're not in hyper mode. If they go into hyper mode, oh hey, 20 commanders defeated. If they do go into hyper mode though, then you're unable to keep the X-ray visor on. It goes into static. So that's why it's usually a good idea to actually kill them. Else they're gonna, yeah, probably knock you off. And or disrupt your X-ray visor. Okay, one more at the bottom. Actually, this is the one at the bottom, it looks like. I'm honestly not sure which one I skipped. Oh no, it's the one at the bottom. Alright, that's fine. Oh, I'm still in hyper mode. That's fine. Just kill these guys like normal. Well, and I didn't even get knocked off a platform. But we do have to climb back up without getting knocked off, which is a challenge in and of itself. While the Nova Beam is really effective at killing these guys, again, sometimes then they just randomly will go into hyper mode and then you can't target them and it's fine. We have enough health, we can just constantly phase and blast them to death, you know? That's pretty clean. Defense system obliterated. So we don't currently have an objective, but it'll pop up soon enough.
Outstanding job, Samus. I knew the Federation could count on you. I've given the order to begin the invasion. I'm headed down there with the troops. Meet me at these coordinates. So
there's only one spot where we sort of dead-ended. and we had to go through like a morph ball tunnel to proceed. So that's where he's telling us to go. Also looking maybe for some opportunities to get some HP before we proceed.
Outstanding work, Samus. I don't say this often, but I sure am impressed. That said, you've still got work to do. Up ahead is the pirate cargo line that leads to the sea. There's a large security door located at the end. 4 demolition troopers are needed to open the final door, so you need to make sure enough of them make it safely through this area. You are the only one who can destroy the seed. We'll help along the way. Once we get there, it's up to you to finish the job. We're right behind you, Samus. Do some damage.
Alright, so we've got a long gauntlet where we have to protect these guys. There are 12 of them, and 4 of them need to live. Of course your boy's gonna get all of them through. How could he not? Let's make sure to scan them as well. G.F. I think this is our final G.F. creature scan.
Samus, we are part of the demolition reinforcement squad. Since our armor is weaker than most of the troopers, we need you to watch our backs through this area. Our group color is yellow. Most of the demolition team has already started moving towards the seeds, so you better get going. Good luck.
I like this man's New York accent. It makes me feel at home. Alright, so each room, I think 2 demo troopers will spawn. And if they die, then they get replaced from the counter, essentially. So we're going to just try to keep the first 2 alive through the whole thing. A big part of that is knowing, what's coming. One thing that can be nice about this section is if you've missed any pirate scans up until this point, I think almost every variant of pirate trooper shows up here. Alright, so I'm actually going to cross back over the train tracks to fight these flyers. Because I don't want them to suicide when they die. Oh my gosh. And crash into the troopers. All right, room clear, no casualties. Where's the other one? Where did he go? I think he bugged out. They're supposed to extend this bridge, but oh well. Let's just continue. Okay, they're back now. It's probably like a cutscene there for safety in case one of them does sort of glitch out like that. I've never seen that. These green ones are the ones that are weak to missiles. I mean, a big part of this is, again, just knowing, like, where they come from. So that you can kill them as fast as possible. And just standing in front of your guys so that they're not getting roasted. Alright, 12 of 12 still. So, the gotcha moments specifically are the arrow troopers that suicide into you, and the splash damage of their death might just kill the demo troopers. The next gotcha is really coming up in this next room, which if you know what's coming, you can deal with. If you don't, you're probably going to get roasted by it. So you don't want to get stuck in hypermode here. So I'm going to exit it before I go into overload, get out our X-ray visor, and kill this Berserker Knight instantly. If it's alive for more than a couple seconds, it will kill both of these guys, like, near instantly. Alright. And let's just use our Phazon liberally and roast these guys. There we go. All troopers survive, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
The entrance to the siege should be just through this cargo door. We'll keep the area clear while you go on ahead. Good luck. Thanks for all the help back there, Samus. I almost thought we weren't gonna make it when those commandos showed up. We owe you one.
No problem, buddy. I also think it's important to keep them alive because when they die, they make just the most awful death noise. It's just awful. So let's hop into the goop and heal up and get our last pirate lore scan. In fact, I think our last lore scan in the game. Mistress Gandrada. Mistress Gandrada is the last of our leader's field commanders. We hope that she will succeed where the others have not. We hope that she will slay the wretched hunter. Gandrada tests our mettle often. She moves among us in our form, watching us, looking for signs of weakness. Several unfaithful disciples have been ended, violently. Those who survive will be stronger, ready for the hunter that comes for them from the void. Gandrada has vowed to present Iran's bloody helmet to Dark Samus' tribute. We hope she fulfills that vow. Wrong again! Oh yeah, give me that exponential healing. Perfect. Alright. The lever for the final room. Alright, so this jerk has been dogging us for a while on the pirate homeworld ever since the commando showed up. It's the pirate commander, wears red phasite assault armor, resistant to most weaponry. Commanders make heavy use of their personal teleporter, moving to favorable positions and across the battlefield. Giving orders and support is needed. They carry all the weaponry and gear used by commandos, with the exception of their armor, which is forged out of ultra-rare red phasite. A rare breed, pirate commanders have lived to rise to the ruling caste in the pirate homeworld. Each has been a commando for at least 10 years. Alright, let's get to it. We could try to kill some of these before they go into hyper mode, which will, again, it'll screw up our targeting. Actually, it's working out pretty well. I'd like to try to just target this one who's just running around. What's happening here? I can't target that one. Alright, that's fine. So let's just kill him like normal. Some weird stuff happened in this episode. Mostly going hard with missiles. There we go. We got him. Let's just see. Yeah, okay. None of them are in hyper mode, so we're good to go. I think it's because they're like teleporting when they're doing this, so you can't quite hit them. Can't quite lock on. 1,000 kills in the last major commando encounter. That's cool. That's right, all of our boys are alive. Commander Squad defeated.
Data received.
And just like that, we're in. We've breached all the inner doors, and now we can fly to the actual seed. That's probably one of my favorite sections in the game. It really tests to see how much equipment you've gathered. I mean, mostly energy tanks, right? If you can stay in hyper mode through most of it, you don't even need to abuse overload mode, because you can just stay in normal hyper mode and just burn through your energy tanks. Alright, so we're gonna fight the boss of the pirate homeworld next time to destroy the seed, and then we've got some final cleanup to do on the pirate homeworld, specifically getting those red phasoids. And then on to the last area. Alright, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.